You would have tasted many a idli, but I can promise you the idli that you will taste here, you've not tasted before.
So we definitely have to taste it first on its own before dipping into the sambar and the chutney.
Yes.
And there's pieces of grated coconut in here too.
That's right.
Oh.
So it's coconut in the coconut.
Oh.
And the aroma of the coconut oil.
Yes. That is taking the idli to a new height.
So one is a kumbakonam style, which is the Tamil Nadu style of coffee roast. We'll do a maharaja, which is some of the best coffee beans from Karnataka.
Whoa. Love that flavor. That flavor is so good.
Well, we're at a place called Jagli Tindi in JP Nagar, South Bengaluru. And you would have tasted many a idli, but I can promise you the idli that you will taste here, you've not tasted before.
Nice.
So we're going to taste that and another very interesting dish that is cooked in a cup fashioned of some leaves.
Typically in South India, I've eaten idlis for breakfast.
Yes.
Would they be common throughout the day, or is it typical for breakfast or throughout the day?
It is typically a breakfast food. Idlis are also eaten during the evening for tiffin.
Okay.
So if people don't want to eat something too heavy for dinner,
Yeah.
well, an idli is just right. And you know, the best thing about idli is it's fermented food, right? So it also makes it very healthy. And the sort that you can enjoy with curries, you can enjoy with chutney, you can enjoy with sambar. It's a very versatile sort of a dish.
Yes.
So Mark, this is Suhas Karant.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So it was him and his wife Raksha who began this enterprise, I think 4 years ago.
Yes.
So they are from a place called Kundapur. You were in Bangalore, so if you go a
yeah.
little further down the coast, you will find Kundapur. So they brought some of the culinary traditions of Kundapur to Bengaluru.
All right.
So today they're going to show us two of the very special dishes. So one is the kotte kadubu, which is basically something very similar to an idli that gets steamed in a cup that's made of jackfruit leaves,
Nice.
and an idli that is steamed in a coconut shell. And this is the cup that's fashioned out of jackfruit leaves.
All right, great.
And it's stitched together with these little twigs. You know, when you talk about idli components is basically rice and urad dal, usually in a ratio of 2:1.
Okay.
In Karnataka, we use the rice rava. So it's basically the rice that is ground and it becomes almost like a coarse powder.
Okay.
And that is what is used. As opposed to a metal container, this
Yeah.
one takes longer time for the heat to permeate.
Oh, okay.
So this is basically the self-service thing that we do here. Get it from the counter. The idli is of course threatening to run away.
Okay, and we find a table. The
Yeah.
coconut shell rolls around the plate.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Ooh. That coconut shell idli wants to get away from us, Mark. It doesn't want to be eaten.
It doesn't want to surrender to us.
It doesn't want to surrender to us. So if you notice, Mark, this coconut shell idli has a bunch of different things.
There's a lot of green in it compared to most idlis that I've seen.
That's right. So this is what they call the masala coconut idli. Things like curry leaf,
Yes.
a bit of, I think, coriander too goes in. And I think there's also some cumin that goes into
Nice,
this.
nice.
So just to kind of make it a little different from your regular idli. And
Up into the flavor.
yeah, and there's something else that they will add now, which elevates the flavor even more. Coconut oil that goes into it.
Nice. Okay.
You can smell that?
Yes. Oh, so it gets a drizzle of coconut oil on the top. You can see the fluffy sponginess of it. The herbs just sprouting out of it. That's beautiful.
You could use a spoon,
Okay,
or if you want to go with the hands,
sure.
I always believe that when you use your hands,
Yes,
it connects you to the food.
fully agree with that. So we definitely have to taste it first on its own before dipping into the sambar and the chutney.
Yes.
And there's pieces of grated coconut in here too.
That's right.
Oh,
So it's coconut in the coconut
oh,
and the aroma of the coconut oil.
yes. That is taking the idli to a new height. Normally idli is quite plain on its own.
Yeah.
But this one is just studded with flavor. And that really nice fermentation to bring out the sourness.
Yeah.
Oh man, and the texture.
Typically when you eat idli, you're pairing it with the chutney and all of that. But out here, if you ask me honestly, of course the chutney will help. By itself too, it's quite enjoyable,
Delicious.
right? Because
Yeah.
it's got layers of textures, it's got layers of flavor that come right from the coconut oil all the way to a bit of the flecks of coconuts. You got a bit of the sweetness in that.
Yeah.
You've got somewhere slivers of green chili as well.
It's kind of complete on its own already.
Yeah.
That being said, I can't wait to try the sambar.
Just dip in, Mark.
Oh, dip into that sambar.
The challenge is to retrieve as much of the idli as possible.
It almost falls apart. Yeah.
What do you think of the sambar?
Oh, it has this like almost pumpkin-y sweetness to it, or onions. I just want to spoon it into my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it has a sweetness and a tartness to it, but it's so tasty.
So the sweetness comes from some jaggery that goes into it.
Ah, okay. I heard that was a Karnataka thing, right?
Yeah, so
a
this
little
is
bit of jaggery in the
yeah,
sambar.
A South
Okay.
Canara sambar,
Okay.
and that is what they do here.
Oh, but it's so well rounded. Yeah, you can eat it like a soup, actually.
That's right. And you also have a bit of the flavor of the asafoetida.
The hing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that I can taste for sure. Oh man. Wow. Oh, it's thick. And it's green too. So there's coconut and maybe green chili or coriander.
So basically there will be mint, there will be
Oh, okay.
coriander, there will be green chili as well. And the
right.
base is usually coconut. And here we also use something called putani, which is like a chana dal. Like the chickpea,
Okay.
the ground chickpea. That's also what goes into the chutney and gives it that grainy sort of a texture.
Oh yeah. A little starchy, yeah. Wow. And this idli is just fantastic.
As you draw closer to the bottom of the coconut shell,
Yeah.
that's where you will taste a little more of the character that comes from being steamed in that coconut shell.
Yes, true. That coconut essence, the crunch of the pieces of the coconut as
Yes.
well, and just the fluffy puffiness, cloudiness of that idli. It's like a cloud in your mouth.
Yes, in a manner of speaking.
Oh, should we move on to the jackfruit one to
I think we should.
compare and contrast? Unwrap it,
Yeah, what you do is just pull
pick
the
up the
twigs
little,
out.
pick up the little twigs from the outside.
Yes.
Oh, and it's an upright version. And it's also a different batter.
It's a different batter.
Yeah.
The batter for this is a little more fluffier. This batter is weighed down by all that goes into it.
Okay, passes the wobble test,
Ah.
the idli jiggle test. Oh, yes. Oh, it's like, this one is really bready. It's a little drier.
What do you think? May I, since we only have one?
Please. Please. Yeah, it's a little more fluffy and dry. Almost like the texture of a cake.
But can you taste somewhere the vegetal flavors of that leaf?
I do. Yeah, it has this greenness, a little bit of a greenness to it. That's just embedded within it. The essence from those jackfruit leaves. And this one is also not studded with the green chilies and the coriander, so it has a little more of a neutral taste to it.
That's right.
Wow.
It's more simpler, whereas this one has a lot happening in it. The moment you place it in your mouth, you don't even need to bite into it. Just let the warmth of your mouth break that idli down and release the flavors of the sambar onto your
Yes.
tongue.
That is exactly correct.
No?
Yes. Perfect description.
Wonderful.
It just disintegrates on the tongue, leaving that flavor behind, lingering on your tongue as it slides down your throat. Fantastic.
There's a bit of everything. There's a little bit of the sweetness.
man.
There's
Yeah.
a little bit of the lilt of sourness somewhere.
Yes.
A bit of the savoriness that comes from onion. It's got all that
Oh.
you need.
True. It's
Yeah.
complete.
It's complete. So Mark, after all the food that we've tasted here in Namma, Bengaluru, I thought we should also introduce you to some of our coffees.
Sure.
Now, you've obviously tasted coffees as part of the various things that we've been doing, but the coffee has always been an accompaniment. We're going to be going to a place where coffee is the main act.
Great, great. It'll be great to have a hot coffee to wash down and help the digestion with all that food.
Hello, hi.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. Okay,
Ranjit
thank you.
Prakasam owns Namma Filter Coffee. So, Mark, the speciality at Namma Filter Coffee is that this menu that you see here, almost half of it is dedicated to coffee. You know, so in other menus, you'll have all the other dishes and then you'll have one or two coffees. But out here, you can do a range of coffees. And they do coffees from across the coffee growing belt. So be it in Karnataka, from Chikmagaluru, from Coorg, or from Tamil Nadu, and also different filter coffee brewing styles.
Okay.
When most people say filter coffee, they think, okay, all South Indian filter coffee is one. No, it's not. So how we brew it in Tamil Nadu is different. How we brew it in Karnataka is different. The beans make a difference. There are some coffees that are called coffees but don't involve coffee at all.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I've asked for 3 coffees that we will taste.
Sure.
So one is a kumbakonam style, which is the Tamil Nadu style of coffee roast. We'll do a maharaja, which is some of the best coffee beans from Karnataka.
Okay.
And then we'll do the dry ginger coffee.
Sure, sure, sure.
So he's going to do the kumbakonam degree coffee.
Oh, the kumbakonam, okay.
The recipe which comes from Tamil Nadu. That's the decoction.
This is a kumbakonam coffee for you.
Thank you, thank you. Great.
So this is a coffee that, if you notice, is a little austere in its nature. There's a bit of the bitterness that you're tasting of the coffee.
And the sweetness of the milk and the foam.
Yeah.
It's really good. Strong, flavorful, rounded. Oh, I really like that. Soothing and traditional.
Out here when we have a coffee, we also have a coffee with a bit of chicory. So this is about 80% coffee, 20% chicory.
This one has chicory.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
So even the next one that we taste will have chicory, but the roast is different, the beans are different, and therefore the flavor profile is different. You will see that when we taste that coffee.
Yeah, a little bit of a bitterness, strong coffee coming through, but mellowed out with that sweet milk. Whoa.
This is the Maharaja filter coffee for you.
Yeah, so cool.
It's very, very hot. So basically when you mix it like this, it helps cool it down to a certain extent.
Yes, Maharaja coffee.
So do you remember the flavor of the kumbakonam coffee on your palate?
Yes.
Now taste this.
All right. Hot. Oh man. Oh yeah. It's a little lighter in flavor, but like has that smoky, scorched flavor to it.
The roast of the coffee is a little deeper, a little darker, as opposed to the kumbakonam coffee, if you have it with you still.
If you have it both, yeah.
That now seems almost so light, almost so mild compared to this.
Oh yeah, wait. Okay, so it is stronger.
It is a stronger coffee.
It is stronger, but somehow, maybe this one has a bit more acidity to it.
Yes.
But this one is sharper, like sharper in taste. Oh yeah.
We're also having the coffee just by itself, but if you had a little bit of sugar, it will also help round off some of that.
But I love that flavor. That flavor is so good. The cappuccino style frothiness made with that elevated pour and just that hot scorch. The pot scorch was amazing.
That of course is showmanship, which allows it to be christened Maharaja. So the customers sitting here are the Maharajas and the coffee is being...
Just enjoy the entertainment of the coffee as well.
That's right, of the coffee being poured for you. Chukku coffee or the Ona Shunti coffee. And this one, Mark, is with the palm jaggery, the dark jaggery, the karupatti.
I think it said 8 different medicinal herbs, including ginger in here. So it's healthy, it's medicinal,
You can smell
it's
it.
traditional. Yeah, that ginger. Yes, that's what we need to help with the digestion with all the food we've been eating.
Especially after a full day shooting food,
Yes,
the warmth of the ginger as it eases down.
so soothing.
Yeah, soothing and very refreshing also at the same time.
Yeah, I love it. The coriander root, right?
The coriander seeds, also the warmth of the pepper.
That's a great beverage.
So Mark, this is a coffee without the coffee.
Yes,
Huh?
it's a herbal, like
an
a herbal
herbal
tea, yeah,
decoction,
like
yeah.
herbal tea.
That's right. You can actually feel it cool you, right? As
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
you sip on it.
Yeah.
So good. When it comes to the regular coffee, it's perfect during the earlier part of the day, but towards the evening, you want something like this. Something that feels wholesome, something that feels relaxing, yet the sort that allows you to pick your energy levels at the end of a long day. I can actually feel my tiredness disappear
Yes, definitely.
in a very refreshing sort of a way. It's not waking you up to let you be awake for the next 6 hours.
It's like a coffee gives you buzz and the energy,
Yeah.
but this gives you kind of like the rejuvenation.
Yeah, the rejuvenation.
Yes.
Like a nice massage would. That's what this coffee does. It massages you from the inside out.
Massages your intestines a little bit.
So Mark, how was the coffee stop?
I love it.
So honored, Kripal sir, to get you all the way here. People do the westernized version of coffee. I said I want to do the traditional version.
Cool.
Give the traditional version to the people.
Yeah, very cool.
That's what we are doing.
Very cool.
What they're doing is celebrating traditions that have
yeah.
stood the test of time.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do it in a manner that makes it accessible to as many people as possible, right?
Right.
From the time that we've been here, there's been a steady trickle
Yeah.
of customers enjoying these coffees.
Non-stop.
So Mark, that was a taste of coffee too.
I love it.
Filter coffee in Namma, Bengaluru.
Excellent.
So until the next time, take care, stay safe, stay strong and happy.
Drinking.
If you'd like to support the work that we do at Food Lovers TV, do consider joining our membership community on YouTube by hitting the join button below or on the home page and receive special privileges like behind the scenes footage, shoot updates, access to live Q&As and a lot more. You could support us on our Patreon page as well. For more info, check out the links in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and leave a comment below. Happy eating.